is the sound of Jack buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
At Chain Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
We have construction delays on 94 westbound from Carmichael Road to Highway 35. Lafayette Freeway, slow northbound from Plato to 94. 94 delays eastbound from Plymouth to 394. 394 tight eastbound from Dunwoody to 94. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Yard. This weekend only. Don't miss By the Yard's one-day tent sale in Jordan, April 18th. Save 20 to 50% on display sale items and get patio ready fast. One day only. This weekend in Jordan. By the Yard. Life is better outdoors.
It's not just a radio app. It's what's happening right now.
It's on.
On the iHeartRadio app, you're not just listening. You're in it.
You better believe it.
From breaking news to what's happening in your community.
Local, national, and world.
Live moments.
New developments.
Real voices.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest.
Amazing prizes. Plus, talk to your favorite host using the TalkBack mic.
I have loved always hearing you guys.
This is where culture comes alive.
I listen everywhere on the app.
Download the iHeartRadio app today.
Want to see Dave's 21-inch biceps? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dave Ryan TV, and stream us live.
The first time, by the way, we're commercial free for 1 hour, and you can watch us on YouTube right now, Dave Ryan TV.
We laugh.
I'm going to put on my producer's hat from the show Gutenberg the Musical. Hold on, here we go. There we go.
All right. Oh, looks good.
And if you've seen the musical, the hats are they're the star of the show.
Yeah.
The hats are basically the star of the show. And if you want to see my video of me in it, then you should go to my Instagram, Dave Ryan KDWB, and check that out. The first time we met Mama Rhonda was a couple of years ago. Bailey was talking about how her mom would, when she was back, working, she would go to conventions at the end of the convention day, spending the day on the floor, standing up on her feet. At the end of the day, she'd go back to the hotel room and she would soak her feet in the toilet.
Yeah.
And
nice
we were
and
like,
cold.
and we're like, what? And we just couldn't believe it. And since then, we've fallen in love with Mama Rhonda. And she's just gotten more and more strange as the years have gone by.
No, I love Mama Rhonda.
Where do you think Bailey gets it from?
That she got it from somewhere. Madison's the only normal one in your whole family.
Said no one ever.
Even Madison's laughing at that one. Hey, Mama Rhonda, how are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Mama Rhonda, tell me what happened. What did you observe this past weekend that people are dubious about? What happened?
So Saturday night, I'm in Ohio, by the way.
Okay.
And I'm visiting my mom. And Saturday night, I'm just sitting in the living room. And I get up, go into the kitchen. And my mom lives out in the country. Lots and lots of fields. And she lives across the road from a 5,000 acre wooded game reserve.
Okay.
Well, I look out in the kitchen window and I see this object in the air that has red lights on it.
God.
And it's, yes, perfect music. Thank you. So I see this thing and it's like hovering and it's big. There are 4 lights on it, 2 lights that appear to be in the front, which I'm assuming is the front, but that's on my side.
Sure.
And then 2 other lights that are smaller that are in the back. And it is absolutely hovering. It's moving. I can see that it's moving, but it's hovering.
How How big was this object? Would you say is the size of an automobile, the size of a football field? How big would you say it is?
It did look somewhat like a Back to the Future kind of flying DeLorean.
Okay, so it was about the size of an automobile.
Wow, it was that big?
Yeah. It was big.
Wow.
Yes. And so I took a picture of it. I sent it to Bailey.
Mm-hmm. And I posted it on the Dave Ryan Show Instagram and Facebook stories if you want to go look at it.
Oh, sure. You can see it right now.
Yes.
I saw it last night. Yes, and it does definitely look like a suspicious flying object.
Yes.
Did you see any, I don't know, one-eyed aliens come out and try to probe anyone, Rhonda?
No, but I
waited for
put the chain lock on the door.
You put the chain lock
on the door. Just in case. You never know.
Because that'll keep them out. It's like, we traveled light years to be here, and damn, Rhonda put a chain lock on the door. Well, let's go. Let's go back home. Did it do? You go first.
I was asking Bailey.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was asking Bailey if in War of the Worlds, did the aliens come inside? Was I safe in there?
See, they did come inside, but it was one of their little arms that had the little cameras on it that came inside. But I don't know. No, I feel like they did come inside. Okay. I don't know, but still, they couldn't.
Come inside.
They couldn't come inside with the chain lock on the door.
No,
not the chain lock.
No. Now, usually when you hear somebody talk about seeing a UFO. But they don't call them UFOs anymore. They call them suspicious
flying objects.
That's what it's suspicious flying objects.
Yeah.
They usually dart off. They'll hover, and then dart off at the speed of light, right?
No. This hovered the entire time.
Oh, for a long time.
Until you got bored and went inside and chained the door, or how long?
No, I was inside the whole time. I wasn't going out there.
Okay, gotcha.
You never know.
Crazy.
That's when you get probed. That's when you get beamed up.
Sign me up.
What people have tried to explain this away to you, Rhonda, because people are skeptical and cynics and buzzkills. What do people try to explain this to you?
Well, one friend said that they thought it looked like a helicopter.
Well, you would have heard a helicopter.
Exactly. Yeah. I would have heard a helicopter. Plus, there is a cell tower directly across the road from where my mom lives. And so it has lights on it. Those were not the lights that I saw, but that's so a helicopter and a plane doesn't hit the cell tower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah. So if we eliminate helicopter, then we also eliminate plane because of the cell tower. Plus, a plane would move faster where a helicopter could hover.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that leaves us with drones. If that was a drone, that was one big drone.
The size of a car.
Yeah, size of a car.
The size of a car. And you could see in the picture between the lights in the front, which I assume is the front, that you could see a structure. So there was something connecting the two lights.
Wow.
Some sort of a structure. Now,
not like a building, like it was structured together.
I see. Okay.
Dave, you've seen the photo. What are your thoughts?
Well, what made it really interesting to me is you look closely, you zoom in, you can see there's a sign on the top that says Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Now, I thought that was suspicious.
Yeah.
That made me think maybe it's a delivery UFO. I don't know. I mean,
but it was there for a while.
I don't know.
My mom was texting me as she's looking at it. She's just sends me the picture saying giant UFO. And I'm like, cool. Whoa, what is that? But then all of the text messages from my mom start to get very serious.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm thinking War of the Worlds. This is in the air. It's moving. Well, it's getting closer.
This is why I think there's something, because we were up there exploring the heavens with the Artemis 2 rocket.
Yeah.
So therefore, the aliens are also doing their own reconnaissance mission. So we're up there reconnoitering is what they call it in the military. Reconnoitering is they're doing that with the moon. So they're down here reconnoitering with us to find out what Rhonda's up to.
Yeah, probably. And what I said is that I asked at 9:00 that night saying, is it still there? And she never responded to me until the morning at 7:05 saying, no, but grandma's gone. And I thought when I woke up and I looked at my phone that says, no, but grandma's gone, I bolted out of bed and I was like, did grandma die? And she's like, no, I was making a joke about the UFO. Like the aliens came to take grandma.
Abducted grandma, yeah.
Worst morning of my life. But I 100% believe my mother that she saw a UFO because I have also seen strange and unusual things. I saw a unicorn twice in my life.
This runs in the family.
So I do believe the universe is opening itself up to me and my mother, and that we are special, we are touched, we are blessed.
Well, I want to read this text message we got at 53921. It says, can we also eliminate Bailey's mom drinking heavily? Just kidding.
I mean, maybe on that night. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
They also said they have large drones that spray fields. They are larger than your normal ones. Okay.
But why was it just hovering in one place?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not sure.
And at night.
And at night.
And at night.
You're right.
And at night.
What time was this?
This is like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Are helicopters still flying around then?
Well, sure,
right?
yeah, they can fly 24 hours. Yeah,
But you would hear the pop, 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 pop.
You would hear it.
Sure.
Go see it. Go look at it on Dave Ryan Show on Instagram. And Mama Rhonda, you be safe and you keep that chain on your door, okay?
I will do that.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Mama
Bye,
Rhonda.
Mommy, I love you.
Bye.
Go see. Okay, go check it out. And there are people who are like, yes, I'm with Mama Rhonda. I saw, as a text message at KDWB1, I saw 3 hovering things in the sky with red lights behind my house in Brooklyn Center for a few nights in a row. Another one, 100% she saw aliens or something. I believe her people are posting stuff on TikTok nonstop for about 2 years now. They're making their presence known.
Can I say what I initially thought? Now, I am a believer, okay? I believe in aliens and UFOs and all of that stuff. However, the photo that I saw on our Instagram story that Bailey posted, it looks like a blimp to me.
Could have been a blimp. Yeah, could have been a blimp.
And those go real slow.
But do blimps fly that late at night too?
They probably don't. They probably
can.
don't.
Sure they can. Yeah, they can fly at night. Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
I was going to say, the only time I ever feel like I see a blimp is if there's some big sporting event going on and it's hovering over the stadium. So that's strange that it was in...
Not really over a farmer's field somewhere.
It's really in the middle of nowhere.
But once again, I'm a believer. I just feel as though that didn't really look like a UFO to me.
Tomorrow on the show, Mama Rhonda's back after her sighting of Sasquatch. And we'll talk to Mama Rhonda tomorrow. All right, it's 101.3 KDWB. Demi Lovato tickets coming up in a little bit. We're going to play a little game called Sorry Not Sorry. Like, I told my mother-in-law she could go blank herself. Sorry, not sorry. Or I went inside and I told my boss that you're the worst boss I've ever worked for. I hate working here. I'm not quitting my job. I'm quitting you. Sorry, not sorry. So think of your best sorry, not sorry story. And we'll get you Demi Lovato tickets coming up within 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. Right now, though.
Uh-oh. Jenny's been on Reddit.
Dave, when you meet someone, what is the question that you tell people to ask instead of like, oh, what do you do?
What do you like to do?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Correct.
So I have 7 questions that spark deeper conversations on just like, how are you? Okay. So if anyone feels like answering these, you're welcome to do it. If not, fine.
Fine.
What does it feel like being you today? So instead of just like, how are you? It does kind of feel like
bloated.
A different, what?
Bloated?
Bloated, yeah.
I
was
thought
going
you
to say.
said loaded.
Yeah.
So loaded.
That's something that's reserved for, you wouldn't want to say that the first time you meet the new neighbors. But that's a good one. Yeah. If I see Common Man in the men's room, what does it feel like being you today? That'd be a good one. Yeah.
I think a lot of these are probably not an acquaintance. This is more somebody that you know.
Okay.
Closely. Okay. What's something you've been learning about yourself lately? I could answer that one.
What would you say?
I think that I get into these moments of like sadness about just like what I thought my future was going to look like, just because a lot has changed over the last year for me. And then I get like really excited about the freedom of my future. And I've learned that I'm capable of focusing on the happiness side of things more so than the sadness.
Okay, good.
And so
that's what you're learning about yourself.
See,
okay.
I like that question if it's if it takes off the qualifier about yourself. I would just be like, what have you been learning about lately?
I like that one. Yeah. What are you learning about lately?
Yeah. And I'd be like, well,
UFOs.
UFOs.
Right.
I think
down a rabbit hole.
These questions are very specific to like the person and getting to know them and where they are in life right now. So the next one is, what part of your life feels unfinished?
Oh, geez.
Vaughn, you're young. You've got a lot of life left.
I feel like my entire life is unfinished.
Yeah.
Like I just got engaged.
What do you feel like is unfinished right now for you?
I don't know. Like
it doesn't have to be that deep.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got engaged, so like, I'm starting a family. I just
that desk from IKEA. You haven't finished it yet. Yeah.
Good answer, Dave. Good answer. Bailey, what's a small moment from the past week that you're grateful for?
Oh, walking outside yesterday when it was humid and feeling that, and then listening to the birds and feeling humidity. I 100% felt a little bit emotional because I was finally like, winter's over.
Yeah.
The little mounds of snow today, gone. All gone.
Nice.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Dave, I'm going to ask you this one.
Okay.
When was the last time you felt most alive?
Last time I felt most alive? Wow, I would have to say when I had the little girls over the weekend and we played Hi Ho Cherry-O, and little Evelyn just loves me. She'll I'll disappear into the office to do some work on the show, and then I'll hear her behind me, and I'll turn around. She'll like, "Hi, Peepa."
Yeah.
Because she just loves me, and it's so cute. So I would say that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. These next two are probably a little too deep, but in what part of life do you experience the most meaning at the moment? Which probably actually honestly kind of goes with the answer you just gave, Dave.
Okay, good.
And then the last one is, what season of life do you feel you're in right now? We're all in very different seasons of life on this show. That's for sure. But what season of life do you feel you're in right now? I mean, mine is a season of I do what I want, when I want, whenever I want.
Is that a season?
Wherever
Don't you have to say like spring, winter?
No, I think season of life is more like, are you in a season of like stress? Are you in a season of like, you can do what you want like me? Are you in a season of bliss like Vaughn because he is recently engaged?
I didn't say it was blissful.
Oh, right. All right. And
I didn't say that.
There was one last question I wanted to ask you guys, and that is, where do you guys like to go get your gas? Is it Holiday Station stores? Okay,
I was going to say Holiday Station stores.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because right now there's a $3 roller grill deal. You get any hot snack off the roller grill plus a drink and chips for $3 buckaroonies.
Wait, any snack off the roller grill?
Any snack.
Wow.
A taquito, an egg roll, whatever is rolling hot.
And a drink and chips?
Yep. $3.
Wow.
Probably the best deal you'll ever get.
Wow, that's amazing. That's harder to believe than Rhonda's UFO story.
Huh?
That is crazy. Thank you, Jenny. Let's do Dave's Dirt. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I am. Let's get started. Here we go.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Coachella was this weekend, and Justin Bieber did a set where some people thought it was really cool and like a little bit quirky, and some people were kind of like, what? He got paid $10 million for this one? He was the headliner, remember? And he basically pulled out a laptop, played YouTube videos of him on the big screen, and sang along with him. Man, we got video.
I know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there. You are my love, you are my heart, and we will never, ever, ever be apart.
Even Katy Perry kind of dragged him a little bit and said, I'm glad he's got the paid version because I wouldn't want to see an ad for Geico while I'm waiting for his set.
I feel like everyone and their mom was the most hyped for his concert, though, and most people who are fans of him said that it was great.
Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, I've seen clips of it. I would not be very pumped to see that versus Sabrina Carpenter's performance because hers was very theatrical. But if I was a true Bieber fan, I think I would have enjoyed that performance.
Have you ever seen an artist that you really, really admire and they didn't put on the show that you had hoped for and you were disappointed in them? Or are you always like, tried and true, my blood bleeds Justin Bieber or whoever,
I have.
I was going to say, I just probably haven't seen the same artist that many times to be able to say that.
To be like, oh, this wasn't as good as I wanted it to be.
Who is it for you, Vaughn?
It was Justin Timberlake. I don't think the performance was like all that, but I still was just, happy that it was Justin Timberlake. And then also I think we found out a couple months later he was battling Lyme disease, so that might have been why. He might have just been tired, know? But we also have to remember, Justin Bieber can you name one standout performance from Justin Bieber? No, because he's not a performer like that.
Maybe when he was younger. We don't really know. I feel like we've only heard bad things about his last couple tours because he's took like mental health breaks.
Fallon even says that's the worst concert she's been to because he's not a performer.
Yeah, but also he was on like mental health breaks like during that time. But still on the Justin Bieber note, SZA, there was online rumors that she was paid a 6 figures as an insurance policy just in case Bieber dropped out last minute. And SZA said, "Who made this up? I'm in New York. No one paid me a dime." So she debunked that rumor real quick.
A rep for Britney Spears has confirmed that she's checked into rehab to treat co-occurring mental health and substance use disorders. She is 44 and she's had an Adderall addiction since being released from her conservatorship. And if she sticks with her treatment program, she will not be available for the May 4th court hearing about her DUI arrest that she got last month. But her toxicology report may be released by then.
This is very dumb, but over the weekend, there was a Baltimore Orioles game, and there was a whistling champion who performed the national anthem at the game. Here's a little bit of it. It goes on.
Wow.
It goes on, but they got pipes for real.
Oh, here we go. Whoa.
Still going.
Oh. Wow.
You know what's odd about that performance? That's really impressive. But the crowd was apparently so quiet through the entire thing, except little uproars here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really cool. I did not expect to listen to the entire national anthem being whistled. I wanted to hear how he ended it.
That's a 4-time whistling champion and member of the Whistling Hall of Fame. Yes, it is a thing. Chris Ullman.
He's
Man,
good.
I want to go to wherever the Whistling Hall of Fame is. Wow, sounds like a great time.
What do you do there?
Oh, bask in the glory.
Okay. All right. That is the dirt on KDWB. Demi Lovato tickets coming up in a little bit. But right now, we're playing a little game. You guys like games? We're going to play a little game. My favorite game of the week is called Name That Tune. Let's get started. Today's category is a special category. And I'm about to tell you what the category is. Okay. 1 second. Here we go.
And it's me versus Bailey?
It is you versus Bailey.
Okay.
And here we go. Could it get any worse? No. According to the internet, these are songs, some of the worst songs of the last 25 years. Jeez. These are horrible songs. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And you might not agree that they are horrible songs.
They're all my favorite songs.
But the internet says they are horrible songs. Let's get started. Bailey, you're going to bid first.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm looking forward to you naming this annoying song. I'm looking forward to you naming this annoying song.
Okay. I'm going to say I can name that tune in 2 seconds.
I was going to guess 3. Bailey, go ahead and name that tune.
Yes. I think I guessed it based on your hint because of your terrible cadence. Is that Friday by Rebecca Black?
It is, yes. And due to a technical error, the actual song clips are not actually loaded into the computer system.
No.
But yes, that is what it is.
Friday,
yeah. Anybody who says that's a horrible song, it is. But we sang along to that song. We loved that song 20 years ago. It was like so catchy.
fresh, gotta go downstairs. Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal. Seeing everything, the time is going, ticking on and on. Everybody's rushing. Gotta get down to the bus stop. Gotta catch my bus. I see my friends kicking in the front seat, sitting in
The thing I admired about that one is her friends are kind of homely looking.
Homely?
But yeah, they're kind of homely looking.
They're just girls with braces.
Well, I was thinking of the boy with braces and bad skin. But what I admired about Rebecca Black is that she didn't hire attractive models to play her friends.
No.
She had her homely looking friends in the video. And I admire that about her.
Wow,
All
that
right.
came out in 2011.
Sheesh.
Okay, wow. Okay, so 15 years. Here we go with the next one. Vaughn, you're going to bid first.
Okay.
Today, horrible songs, at least according to the internet. This song might be just a little out of focus. This song might be just a little out of focus. Vaughn?
Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
I think I can name that tune in 2 seconds.
Oh, I said 3 seconds. Vaughn, name that tune.
Everybody get up.
That is Blurred Lines.
Yes. We loved that song until we realized that it was plagiarized. And what a creep Robin Thicke is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that song until, we found out how creepy it was.
Yeah.
It's a pretty creepy song.
Okay. Next one in the worst songs of the last 25 years category. This song was just a bump in the road, and it's totally Fergie-itable. This song was just a bump in the road, and it's totally Fergie-itable.
Wow, I wonder. I wonder what it could be. And with the first bid.
Good clue, huh? Good clue?
Take your time.
I'm going to say I can name that tune in 1 second.
You didn't give me much competition.
No.
But Bailey, go ahead, name that tune.
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk. That is my humps.
Yes.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside that trunk?
I'ma get you drunk, get you love drunk off my hump.
What you gonna do with all that inside the jeans?
I'ma make you scream, make you scream, make you scream.
Again, I think that history is still divided on Friday and Blurred Lines, but I think we all agree that song is a piece of garbage.
I love that song.
I
God.
love it too.
It's embarrassing.
Oh.
Okay, next one. This will ruffle some feathers because there are people who will totally disagree. I don't care. This horrible one-word titled song was a miss in a long string of hits. This horrible one-word titled song was a miss in a long string of hits. Vaughn, you're bidding first.
I think I can name that tune in 2 seconds.
Oh, I also said 2 seconds. Vaughn, name that tune.
I'm worried, though.
I promise that you'll never find another like me.
Wow, I wonder what it is.
But will Vaughn know it?
Is it called Me?
Yes.
I promise that you'll never find another like me. I'm the only one of me. Baby, that's the one of me.
I actually didn't mind that song.
I did.
It's okay.
This is the dumb song where she's like, "Hey kids, spelling is fun."
Me.
That's right. That's right. Okay, on to the next one. Here we go. Bailey, you're going to bid first. These are all songs that couldn't get any worse. According to the internet, these are some of the worst songs of the last 25 years. Bailey, you are up, and here's your clue. This song should make you joyous, delighted, elated, but mostly it just made you want to turn it off. Oh, she's nodding her head in confidence already.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
I know my mom loves this song. I'm going to say I can name that tune in 1 second.
I was going to say 3. Go ahead, Bailey. Name that tune.
Is that Happy. Clap along if you feel.
Yes.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
All right, we're songs of the last 25 years, and here we go. Next round, Vaughn, you are going to bid first, and here we go. Here's your clue. Your whole family, including mommy, daddy, grandma, and grandpa, hate this song. Your whole family, including mommy, daddy, grandma, and grandpa, hate this song.
I'm literally scratching my head.
You are literally.
Jeez. I think I can name that tune in 2 seconds.
Oh, I said 1 second.
All right, Bailey, name that tune.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have got that.
This is a song I've heard way too many times. This is Baby Shark.
Baby shark,
Wow. I've heard this song a bunch of times, Bailey. That's weird.
Mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark.
Daddy shark. Picturing Bailey in front of YouTube with a juice box watching this song over and over.
I'm 34.
Daddy shark. All right, Vaughn, you're going to bid next. I think, no, Bailey's going to bid next, and here we go. Y'all ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay, it is named that tune, the worst songs of the last 25 years. And here we go. Bailey, her and her little chihuahua are both embarrassed about this song.
Dang it. That's a good clue. That's a good clue.
But does it stump you?
No, I just got to figure out. I know the artist. I don't know what the song name is. I don't know. Let's say I can name that tune in 2 seconds.
I was also going to guess too.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Bailey, name that tune.
Okay. Crap.
I love this strategy.
I can only think of one song by this artist, and it's called Hot One. That's not it. That's not this song.
No, sorry, Vaughn for the steal.
I mean, I get the point anyway. I have no guess.
There's no chance he knows this one.
It's Paris Hilton, right?
It's actually a really catchy song. It was on my iPod back when we all had iPods.
Yeah.
Stars Are Blind.
Even though the guys are crazy, even though the stars are blind, if you show me real love, baby, I'll show you mine. I can make it nice and naughty, make the devil an angel too. Got a heart and soul and body, let's see what this love can do. Maybe I'm perfect for him.
Okay, final one in the worst songs of the last 25 years. Vaughn, you get to bid first. And here we go. Good luck. I don't want to be blunt, but this whiny song is not so beautiful. I don't want to be blunt.
All right.
But this whiny song is not so beautiful.
I think. I hope. I pray. I can name that tune in 1 second.
I also said one. Vaughn, name that tune.
That kind of threw me off. Is that You're Beautiful?
Yes.
Okay.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
I never heard the beginning of that song, so I was thrown off.
I saw you.
He came to Star Party, and he was the delight of Star Party. Everybody's like, oh, my God, he's going to be so huge. He's going to be the next Michael Bolton. He's going to be the next whoever was big. And then he went away.
Forever and ever, amen.
You guys got to figure out what song you want to hear the whole thing. Friday, Blurred Lines, My Humps, Me, Happy, Please No, Baby Shark, off the board. Stars Are Blind, or You're Beautiful by James Blunt.
Vaughn, do you have a preference?
I don't.
Oh, because
Go ahead,
I
Bailey.
kept looking at you. Okay, I would like to dedicate a song to my mother, Mama Rhonda, Happy.
No,
Because
we can't do that
we
one.
can't do that one.
No,
You
because
just said.
Yeah, because we play it all the time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't want to
Well,
play it.
so sorry, Mama Rhonda.
I mean, we love you, Mama
Let's do
Rhonda.
My Humps.
Even worse.
You said you can't say don't pick any of
that
these.
one we can play because
Okay.
it has been played in years and years. We played Happy at like 3:00 this morning.
Oh, well, I thought you said no to Baby Shark, and that was the only one I couldn't pick.
We're not doing that one. But we can do My Humps. You ready?
Yep.
Want to do My Humps? Let's do it.
air.
What clubs did you go to back in the day? Do you remember?
Oh, man. I was down, we would go downtown in our little dresses and heels in the below zero weather.
Was Brothers big back then?
Yes, it was.
I love.
What was the beach club? What was the one beach club? No, that was Waterworks Beach Club.
And then the Myth was just getting started.
Myth, yes. Oh my God.
Wow.
We should talk about that one day. Write that down, Jenny. What club did you used to go to back when you were in your club
Love
days?
that. Club days.
Thanks, Pam. Thanks for bumping my humps on KDWB.
And he won't ever let me call in on No Screener Friday.
Well, because you're embarrassing.
Yeah.
Mom's on the radio. Oh, my God. When you're at that age, I'm going to guess he's probably 12 or so. 14, yeah.
Classic.
When you're at that age, anything your parents, even walking next to you in Target is embarrassing. But, Mom,
stop.
Don't walk next to me. Have a good day, Pam.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. All right. We're going to play a little game here called Sorry Not Sorry. You're going to win Demi Lovato tickets. When's the show, Jen?
It's coming up on Saturday, May 2nd at Target Center. So in a few weeks here.
Okay. If you want to go see the show, we got tickets for you. All you got to do is tell me your sorry, not sorry story. For example, if you, I don't know, you did something to get even with your ex, then you're sorry, not sorry.
Mm-hmm.
If you quit your job and told your boss that she could, shove it, you're sorry, not sorry. Do you have anything, Bailey, you're sorry, not sorry for? Not to put you on the spot.
What if I'm just like a naturally just lovely person who says what they mean and means what they say all the time?
Pass on that.
No?
Yeah, Jenny, an example of sorry, not sorry?
Well, I'll say someone in honor of my sister this weekend who had a very uncomfortable experience at a concert. But she basically ended up leaving a concert early because the person next to her was overflowing into her seat. And I'm sorry, not sorry, but that is really unfair to the person who bought the concert ticket.
You bet it is. Yeah. So there's a big guy next to her spilling into her seat. Sorry, not sorry.
Basically
That's not
sitting
fair.
on her was like how bad it was.
Terrible. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. You can text in. Let's do phone calls. 651-989-KDWB. Give me your sorry, not sorry story. And the best one is going to get Demi Lovato tickets for the show on May 2nd. Target Center. Target Center. Okay. Call me now if you got one. And we'll play Sorry Not Sorry right now while we're waiting for phone calls. 651-989-KDWB. Sorry Not Sorry for the forecast today. Close to 80 for a high today. There's like severe thunderstorm warnings later on tonight, but I'll take it in exchange for beautiful summer weather.
Hot dog.
All right, call me now if you want to play for the Demi Lovato tickets.
I'm out here looking like revenge.
Sorry, not sorry on KDWB. So your job is to tell us what you're sorry, not sorry for. Best story is going to get Demi Lovato tickets. Simple as that. Let's jump on the phone here. We're going to talk to Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry, not sorry, Hannah. What's going on?
Try to make a long story short, but anyway, my friends were wanting to take a girls' trip to Florida. I knew that my husband would probably not be on board and trying to figure out all the things, so I tricked my husband into thinking that my friends were secretly planning it and that he was part of the planning to surprise me so that I could go.
So you lied so you could go on the girlfriend's trip to Florida.
Yeah.
Say it. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay.
I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, you
Good
did.
for you. All right, let's go to Brianna. Hi, Bree.
Hey, y'all.
Sorry, not sorry. What happened?
I told my best friend that her partner, her fiance, is not her forever person.
Why?
I think she's settling, and I can see more from her. However, I still support her, but I don't think it's it.
Okay. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Michelle, sorry, not sorry. What's your story?
Hi. So literally last night, my best friend, her ex, that was really awful to her, broke up with her like a year ago. And he was like emotionally cheating with this girl, and he got her pregnant.
Well, it sounds like he was doing more. Wait, who did he get pregnant? The girl he was emotionally cheating with or the girlfriend?
Yes.
That cheated with.
Their wedding. They announced their wedding last night on Facebook, and I reacted to it.
Oh.
Say it. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, sorry, not sorry. So they announced, oh my God, we're getting engaged. And so you did the very, very petty laugh reaction. I love that. I support it. Please hold on for 1 second. Let's talk to Christine. Hi, Christine. Sorry, Christine? Christine, last chance. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, not sorry. Tell me your story.
So my story is I was pregnant and engaged, and I went on a road trip to visit my grandma while I was gone. He hooked up with this another gal, got engaged, got married to her behind my back.
What the?
Yes. So then when I figured everything out, I left. And then being pregnant, I he called me to talk. He had this job in Georgia and I lived in Florida. So I was like, okay, I'll go up there and we'll talk things through. Well, when we were in the car, I saw that he was still married. He had his wedding ring on, and but he was driving her car. So to set him up, I left my belongings in her car. So when he got back from his job, she knew that I was with him.
Ooh, what a tangled web we weave. Say it. Sorry, not sorry.
All right.
Okay, very good. Okay, all right. Okay. I'm trying.
You tried hard. Yeah, you're doing
Thank
good.
you. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
Last one. Sorry, not sorry. Let's hear your story.
So I knew that my then boyfriend was cheating on me. So I created a fake Tinder to match with him by using somebody else's picture. So I totally catfished him. I could see him like each morning getting ready for work. So I text him from the fake profile and watch him smile and get all giddy. And like I would respond in real time. So it got to a point where I set up a fake date in Minnetonka. Like this was like an hour away from where we live. I got him halfway to Minnetonka before canceling on him. And when he came home, he didn't know what to say. So,
But
I'm not sorry.
but okay, but he's still cheating. Did you call him out? Did you dump him?
Oh, I dumped him.
Okay, good.
Good.
Okay.
That's diabolical.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay. We've got lied to her husband to go on a trip, told her best friend that the man that she's seen is not the one for her. Michelle, who laugh emojied at her ex's engagement announcement on social media. Christine got revenge, cheating baby daddy. And then Caitlin, who catfished her ex to catch him cheating. What do we think is the winner? Jenny?
Oh, man.
Judge Jenny. Here we go. Jenny.
I really liked the girlfriend's one because I thought that was funny that she lied to her husband to be able to go on a trip.
But the girls' trip one?
Yeah.
David?
That works for me. That works for me. They're all good. They're all good. Hi, Hannah.
What? I thought there was no way. I love you guys.
We love you back. Hannah, you're going to go see Demi Lovato Target Center on May 2nd. Good job. Ow.
Woo.
We got more tickets coming up next hour, Jenny?
Nope, we'll have them tomorrow, though.
That's it then. Okay.
Yay.
All right. What is coming up on the show? Anything good?
Yeah, we have someone who's been on the phone. They're on hold, so we got to get to them quick because I think she's probably got to go into work.
Okay. What's her name?
Hold
Haley.
on, because
Haley?
Haley. Oh, we're kind of expecting you. I knew that we were going to talk to you. Haley's got a story, kind of a POV that she wants to share with you. And there's going to be some people that don't like you, Haley. I want to tell you this right now. Haley, what's your story that you wanted to run by us? What's up?
Hi, hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, so I've been with my fiance for time. He comes from a sports family, and I don't. You know, he told me all about how when he was younger, his parents were super involved with bringing him to hockey tournaments and traveling softball. And I think this is going to be a deal breaker. I'm not willing to give my weekends up to go and, spend months and months and every weekend committed to my future kids at sporting events. I just don't want to do that. So I was wondering, am I the only one who thinks this way? Am I being too selfish to think this way? That's why I
think you got to tell him in advance. I mean, that's a long way down the road. You're not even married yet.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any kids with him yet, do you?
No.
Okay. But I mean, that's a ways down the road. When you get married, it'll be a year or so till you have kids, something like that. And then it'll be probably 5 years until they're in anything from little T-ball or little karate or whatever it is. But I think you got to tell him in advance instead of just springing on him one Saturday morning when little Gretchen's got a karate tournament in Rochester and you're like, I ain't going.
I don't want to go.
Are you going to tell him in advance or are you just going to let him find out when it happens?
I'm going to work my way into telling him in advance.
Okay.
I mean, I get where you're coming from because it is a time commitment, especially if you're not a sports person. Right. And then you're like, great, now I have to sit around a bunch of things that I don't understand or enjoy necessarily. But we've heard from tons of hockey parents and things that takes up your whole life, that you're just constantly driving those kids around.
Some people love it though.
Yeah.
Some people love it. It's like, they love they're a hockey mom and they drive the kids back and forth. They got the carpool up to St. Cloud for a hockey tournament for the weekend or whatever.
Right.
I would hate it. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm so glad my kids were not very athletic. Allison played some volleyball and she would go to weekend long tournaments in Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I mean, it was fine, but I am with you. I think that are you being selfish? No, I think as long as you let your husband know in advance, hey, listen, if you're going to get the kids into sports, you're going to be the one who's shuttling them back and forth to Rochester, not me. We have people on the phone. We have opinions on the phone. Some will agree, some will not. Hello, Amanda.
Hi, Haley, I commend your ability to be honest, but I think when you become a mom, your weekends are no longer your weekends. They are dedicated to making your children the best version of themselves. And to already say you don't want to spend your weekends devoting that time to your kids, do not have kids. Just don't have children. My kids compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments all across the United States. We're traveling almost once a month out of the state. And my time is 100% designated to my kids. I still work, have a full-time career, and I'm seated number 1 in the world right now in the women's 35 plus 60-meter dash. So I can still chase my dreams and still build my kids' dreams.
Wait a second. So you're seated. Tell me that again. You're seated number 1 in the world. What?
In the women's 35 and older 60-meter dash. I actually run at all the D1 college meets. I race girls at the University of Minnesota this weekend.
Wow.
I'm 23 years old.
And you're old. And you're an old lady too.
I'm an old lady and I'm chasing my dreams still, and I'm still building my kids' dreams.
I love that.
Sacrifice.
So
yeah, you don't.
Well, what do you?
And it's
What,
too premature to tell.
well,
She doesn't even have kids.
well, doesn't even have kids yet.
Right.
But she says when she does have kids, what do you want to do instead of hang out with your kids at the softball tournament, Haley? Is that like me time?
Oh, you ever on hold?
Oh, okay. Hold on for 1 second. What did you want to do? I mean, do you understand you do have to spend time with your kids, even if they're not in sports? Maybe they'll be in Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or band or whatever. You still got to hang out with them, right?
But on the weekends, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to prep. There's a lot of things I have to do, and spending time away from home at Rochester or wherever else, hours at a time, doesn't seem something I could do it every other weekend. I'm not saying I don't want to show up for my kids. I think that's very important because later on in life, they'll grow to resent me, which I don't want. But I do think that there needs to be an equilibrium of time I do spend with them, and then my fiance, later to be husband, spends with them too.
Okay. Bailey, we had some text messages.
Yeah. Someone texted in saying, I'm the same way. I'm so glad my children are into arts and not athletic or coordinated to do sports. I'm already tired after a week of work. Someone else says, if that woman doesn't have kids yet, she doesn't know what she would do because I'm not a sports lover. But when your kids are in them and they love them, then you'll enjoy going. Someone else says, if they're into something, then you're into something. If this isn't something you want to do, then don't have kids. But one person asked this question that I feel like I have an answer to. Who says your kids will even like sports?
Well, that's true. But dad is going to push him towards sports.
Right.
Dad is going to be like, hey, you're going to sign you up for Pee Wee hockey. You're 4 years old. We're going to sign you up for a little like a baseball or whatever. We got to take a break. But you know what? I think that Haley, just as long as you let him know in advance that, hey, this is the way it's going to be, I think you'll probably change your mind when you fall in love with your kids. You haven't fallen in love with your kids yet because they don't exist. But once you fall in love with your kids and you see them get passionate about something, I think you're going to want to be there with them. All right, we'll be right back on KDWB. Stay here. The Dave Ryan in the Morning Show coming right back.
101.3
KDWB. From the Arthur's Jewelers Weather Center, the best diamonds in the state.
The weather's going to be a little bit crazy today. It's going to be cloudy, but then this afternoon we'll see some severe thunderstorms, a chance of some hail and high winds, a high of 74. Tomorrow, some lingering showers, otherwise cloudy, a high of 70.
This report is sponsored by Luther Brookdale Mazda.
Up to $3,000 Luther bonus cash or 0% APR up to 72 months on qualifying new Mazdas. Luther Brookdale Mazda. Huge savings from the #1 volume Mazda dealer in the Midwest, 7 years running. Luther Brookdale Mazda. See dealer for details. The only thing we overlook is $6.94.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu, fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I ordered the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
For a limited time, you can enjoy a savory sausage McMuffin with egg meal, including golden hash browns and a small hot coffee for just $5. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Unicorns like me are used to being called myths, but I can't stand hearing people say that recycling isn't real. Your recyclables go on an epic journey after they leave your home, a quest to become something new. For example, your old cereal boxes are recycled in Becker, Minnesota, and might come back to you as a package for your favorite cookies. Take it from me, recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling at recyclingexists.com.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Spring Festival and Arts and Crafts Affair is back. April 17th through 19th, Canterbury Park, Shakopee.
Over 400 of the nation's top artists and crafters, unique handcrafted treasures, free parking, plus paid admission good all weekend.
Spring Festival, April 17th through 19th, Canterbury Park, Shakopee.
As an attorney and a mom, I know how busy life gets. After an accident, think of Postman Law as your personal to-do list. We'll deal with the insurance, the medical bills, even help you find the right doctor so you can focus on what matters most.
Call 844-POSTMAN, attorney advertising.
What if your soda actually did something for you? Introducing Sky Pop Protein Soda. Sky Pop Protein Soda has 10 grams of complete protein, 0 sugar, and real delicious soda taste. Sky Pop Protein Soda. Reach for the sky. Get your Sky Pop Protein Soda now at Target.
Shop direct at metropolitanford.com. Log on and see the selection for yourself. Whether you're looking for new or used, you can start shopping for your new vehicle today and cut out the middleman at metropolitanford.com. Again, that's metropolitanford.com.
16 years ago, I started working as a CNA in the hospital. I loved it. On the day I decided to enroll in the nursing program at Rasmussen University, because afternoon of my 35th birthday, I was hanging out with a friend and they had just questioned me what I was going to do with this next chapter of my life. I immediately said I wanted to go to nursing school. So I actually had contact information from an advisor at Rasmussen, contacted her, and actually ended up starting like 3 weeks later. My name is Cherish Adams, and I'm a Rasmussen University graduate.
Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop Spring Black Friday savings and get up to 40% off, plus up to $500 off select appliances from top brands like Samsung. Get a fridge with 0 clearance hinges, so the doors open fully even in tighter spaces in your kitchen. And laundry that saves you time, like an all-in-one washer dryer that can run a full load in just 68 minutes. Shop Spring Black Friday savings, plus get free delivery on appliance purchases of $998 or more at the Home Depot. Offer valid April 9th through April 29th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday. All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Ugh.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce! Spruce! Spruce!
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold. Hear that? That's the sound of a car rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. The sound of another savvy driver getting an oil change from trained pros. The sound of not having to leave your car while we quickly change your oil. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
You are busy. It's hard to find time to do things like work out, but you should make exercise non-negotiable. And that's why I go to Snap Fitness, because I can go and just focus on me for the half an hour or so that I'm there. They're open 24/7. You can find the location closest to you at snapfitness.com.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have delays. Highway 36 westbound from Rice to Snelling. 169 slow northbound from Highway 101 to Pioneer Trail. 35E delays northbound from Wagon Wheel to St. Clair. Across town slow westbound from Lindale to Highway 100. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Burger King. Burger King has been working on the Whopper, and thanks to you, it's never tasted better. Flame grilled beef, crisp produce, and a perfectly toasted bun. Whether it's been weeks or years, come try the Whopper again for only $3.99 on Whopper Wednesday. Terms apply. Visit bk.com/terms.
When a group of women discover they've all dated the same prolific con artist, they take matters into their own hands.
I vowed I will be his last target.
He is not going to get away with this.
He's going to get what he deserves.
We always say that. Trust your girlfriends. Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow the Girlfriends Trust Me Babe and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Want to see Dave's 21-inch biceps? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dave Ryan TV, and stream us live.
What is something that you learned from a movie or a book, like a quote or a little fun fact or something that stayed with you? For example, bees and dogs can smell fear. That's from Jerry Maguire when that little kid.
Oh, yeah?
Bees and dogs can smell fear.
Now,
I don't know whether it's true, but it's stuck with me, and I wonder whether bees and dogs can smell. The human head weighs 8 pounds. Jerry, did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? And that stuck with me. what stuck with you, like a fun fact or a lesson or a quote. I'd like you to use the talk back feature, or you can text me at KDWB1 53921 and let us know. Bailey, is there anything that stuck with you?
Yes.
A life lesson, fun fact, quote?
I mean, I keep, when I listen to audiobooks, because that does count as reading, I write down lines that I really like that I'm like, ooh, I love that. And this really helped me when I was dating. Can't remember the book, but it says, I want to attract someone I'm attracted to. I'm not looking for attention. I'm looking for the right attention. And I was like, ooh, girl, wrote that down.
Say that again.
I want to attract someone I'm attracted to.
Yes.
I'm not looking for any attention. I'm looking for the right attention.
The right attention. Yeah, we all say we love attention. No, you don't. You don't want attention from a stalker.
Yeah.
You want attention from someone that you want attention from.
And I loved that.
Vaunt is on the phone, but there's a bunch on Facebook. I'll give you one. It's not really a direct quote, but I was reading the book by Truman Capote. What's his big book?
Ooh, In Cold Blood.
In Cold Blood.
Great book.
Best book I've ever read.
Yes.
So good. And in it, the killer was talking about, it's the killer, he's talking about how when you give a speech to thank, like an acceptance speech, you always need to say, I didn't do this alone, and then thank the people that helped you. And so that's why every speech contains, I didn't do this alone. I want to thank the director and the producer. So when I win my Minnesota Broadcasters Hall of Fame thing, I got to make sure that I say, I certainly didn't do this alone. And then thank Lee Valsvik because she's the one who put me there.
Exactly.
That type of thing.
Oh, cute.
So we're looking for, what is your thing that stuck in your head that you got from a book or a movie? Here's one. I love this one. Russell says, it sounds cheesy, but try not, do or do not. There is no try. That's Yoda.
I love
that. And
that.
that's true. It's like, try not, do or do not. There is no try. I like that one.
I like this one from Christina. This is from The Lorax. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
Ooh. Unless someone like you cares a whole lot.
You got to care a whole lot. I appreciate a rhyme as well.
I like this one. They say it's in the movie Princess Diaries, but originally attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Ooh, I like that one. We have to agree. Oh, I feel inferior to you. Vaughn, do you have anything that, like a quote or a movie or anything that stuck out to you?
Yeah, Charlemagne, he's a radio host of The Breakfast Club. He has a book, and in his book it says, when you're completely honest about yourself, there's very little people can say about you that's going to have a negative impact, which is so true. And I think especially for us as people in kind of a spotlight, people, might start rumors like they do about celebrities. But if you're honest about yourself, then people can't start rumors because you're an open book about it pretty much.
Okay.
I really like that one. We have a couple of talkbacks coming in too.
All right, let's check them out.
This one doesn't say particularly what book or show or movie it's from, but.
One fun fact that I remember is that a group of owls is called a parliament.
Okay. Now that's funny because you heard that in a book, you heard it in a movie, and it stuck with you. Okay. It's either a life lesson or a fun fact or something kind of motivational.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Hi, my name's Emily. A quote that stuck with me is, and everybody should remember this, fear is just an illusion. Never be scared to take a risk. Love you guys.
Fear is just an illusion.
Never be scared to take a risk. Ooh.
That's good. Here's another talkback.
My fun fact that always stuck with me was when I was in middle school, my friend and I decided we needed to figure out which of these two planets was bigger, and we found out Uranus is bigger than Neptune.
Wow.
Okay. Is he pulling our chain?
I guess.
Okay.
Is it?
All right.
That sounds like something that you really could have been doing like a science project for and been like, wow, now I know forever.
Uranus is bigger than Neptune. Okay.
Dave, you'll like this one.
All right.
And tell me what it's from. You might know.
Okay.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
That is from the unforgettable Rocky Balboa.
Correct.
Yes.
Very good. I like that one too. I was really into Rocky at one personal time in my life. This one says from Susie, I'd rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special.
Ooh. That's true. Oh, that's so good. I'd rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special.
Somebody just texted this one, and you and I say this all the time, Dave. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
That's from a book.
Is it?
It's
I
from
watched it on the
Dave's
TV
book.
show.
That is from his, well, I got it from my dad, and I'm sure he didn't make it up, but maybe he did. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, like a raincoat.
You never know.
Or your mittens. It's like, oh, I wish I had my mittens.
Yeah, straight from a book.
Is worse than having your mittens and not needing your mittens.
There's another one from Dr. Seuss that says, you're only you as you can be.
What does that mean? Like, there's no better version of you?
I feel like it's kind of similar to what you said along the lines, not about rumors with Charlemagne's book, but like, you're only as you can be.
Okay.
You got to be you.
Mess
Be
with
you,
the bull.
baby.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
I do like that
Breakfast
one a
Club.
lot.
I didn't know that was from the Breakfast Club movie. And I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
But
Is that the teacher that says that?
Yeah,
Mess
and he
with the
does
bull, you get the
He
horns.
shows them the horns.
All right.
Stupid.
If you got one, then send it to me at KDWB 153921.
Can I play this one talk?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Hi, this is Nancy. I always used to say to my son, with great power comes great responsibility. From Spider-Man.
It's good.
That's
It's
a good
true.
one.
It is very true. All right, coming up in a second, you can't make this stuff up. There is a really interesting article that I found I want to share with you. Things the United States does better than other countries. Okay? That people are like, I want to move to Switzerland. It's better than the United States. I'm moving to Finland. It's better than the United States. Somebody compiled a list of things that we do better than anyone else. And I'll tell you about it coming up next on KDWB.
The Leo Agency, local full-service realtors who share their commissions with you. Bottom line, buying or selling, they will save you thousands of dollars in commission fees. Call Ben at 952-952-HOME or visit chooseleo.com today.
Starting next Monday, pay your bills with $1,000. Be your true self this summer. That's you, just with a lot more money.
I just won $1,000. Oh my God, so excited. Awesome.
Gas prices can't get you down when your bank...
If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. HOLLISTER, yeah. HOLLISTER. There's a store, Dad, down at the mall, and you can smell it from way down the hall, 'cause they spray stuff on all their clothes down at Hollister. Oh, spend it. Hollister, down at Hollister. All their clothes are super cute, tees and tanks and camis too. Mom, can I please have a few bucks so I don't look like you? Employees all drink Caribou, either that or Jamba Juice. Take me, I'll be nice to you. All the gay guys shop there too. American Eagles over with, they're just so 2006. You can go but don't come in, 'cause you're so embarrassing. Me and my friends buy their clothes, then we grab our camera phones, strike an inappropriate pose and put the pictures on MySpace. Hollister, down at Hollister.
Oh my God, Allison, give me a break. We're on a beer budget, you got champagne taste. I'm taking you to Penny's and then over to Pomida. You ain't wearing clothes that show off your booty. If you want to go to college, then you better well acknowledge that we gotta save some money. So what's wrong with dressing funny? I don't want to make you mad, but Walmart really ain't that bad.
If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. Dad, can you give me $150?
What do you need $150 for?
I'm going to Hollister.
Hollister, they got great stuff down at Kmart. We're getting in the car, we're going to Kmart. Let's go.
Kmart? Just give me your wallet.
Take your time, just in your own words. Tell me why you're on War of the Roses.
We both have an Apple Watch, right?
Their relationship is too close at this point, and I think he's using...
One girl decides to sit on Adam's lap in the pool.
She came home, and I noticed scratching on her back.
I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl?
I checked his phone. Sometimes you kind of get the urges to.
I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but I promise there were no feelings involved.
He has this like blue, nice peacoat, but he comes home and I've been noticing these like long women's hairs stuck to it.
So she strips down, and while she's walking into the bathroom, I see something stuck to her. So I pull it off. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You're f***ing Robert, I know it.
So my boyfriend was caught with second-degree burns from chocolate syrup that he was using to pleasure himself with.
We are rekindling our relationship.
He basically asked him out right in front of me. You know, like, we have to go out
My
sometime.
ex-boyfriend, he needed a place to live. You know, he can live in my snowmobile trailer.
It's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once.
What? I mean, this is crazy. Can we just have like a conversation like real people?
Are you schooling her? You know what? Can you be a little bit more insecure? You know, this is
She said, save your apologies. Baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going?
It's been a long time coming, and I'm sorry.
You're a piece of work. You know, you're a piece of work. Cause what?
I'm a piece of work?
Believe that this is an ex-girlfriend. Just delete that.
You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately.
You go hang out with your slut brigade every
Whoa, the slut brigade.
Okay, so then you're admitting it now. You're admitting it. Like, I caught you before and you were lying, and now you're admitting it.
And you're sending her roses instead of me?
She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show?
She lied and said that her birth control didn't work, so she was already pregnant. So then they had sex without any protection. That's how she got
Ooh,
pregnant.
that's a dirty trick.
So she tricked him.
I'm sorry, is there any truth to this?
How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me.
Your husband put us up to this. Maybe you owe him an explanation.
Yep.
Trick a woman into saying things?
But we trick men too, to be fair.
We
We're
trick
equal
men most of the
opportunity.
time.
Listen, I had to have sex. Like, listen, I had to save my job.
I've heard guys squirm on War of the Roses before. You are not even able to complete a full
You know,
sentence.
I even my psychic had told me that we're soulmates and that, you know, we would have a family, and I just know that this is the right guy.
Okay, well, you realize that sounds pretty psycho.
I've been feeling it lately, baby.
Work, Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
We have an accident on 35E southbound at Little Canada on the right shoulder. Across town is heavy eastbound Gleason to Valley View and eastbound 35W to Bloomington. 394 heavy eastbound from Highway 100 to 94. 494 tight eastbound from 169 to 12th Avenue. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Distracted driving ruins hopes, dreams, futures, potential, careers, opportunities. Distracted driving could ruin lives. Drive smart.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
101.3 KDWB.
You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
People are always arguing about whether America is the number one place in the world when it comes to healthcare and education and affordability. But there are some things that we rock at, like hot dog eating contests. I mean, there ain't no, you go to Chile, they're not going to have a hot dog eating contest on the scale of our hot dog eating contest.
No,
So
they won't.
let's look at some other things that we do better than other countries. And here we go. And these are, by the way, from foreigners who have traveled here or people who live abroad. And here's the answers. The United States has the most amazing national parks, state parks, and local parks.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I suppose so. I mean, we do. We have, come on, the Grand Tetons, Glacier,
Yes.
Grand Canyon, Yellowstone.
Another one.
And I don't know anything about the French national parks, but I'm going to guess the Grand Canyon kind of kicks their ass.
So now I'm curious about the French national
Yeah,
parks.
yep. As an American living in Europe, what we do better is breakfast. We do breakfast better than Europeans. Another one we do better, soul music, rhythm and blues music, funk music, and gospel music.
Yes.
The public library system.
Yes.
Okay.
Our libraries are dope.
The U.S. does assimilation very well. You become part of some group very quickly, and there are many to choose from. In other places, it's hard to break out of the label of being an outsider. So we are more welcoming to people here in the United States. Theme parks. In my country, we have one theme park with one roller coaster, and it's lame. We kill it at theme parks. Come on.
Wow.
Valley Fair, Six Flags.
Come on, baby.
I didn't know that about us, but I'm proud of us in that sense.
We got them all over the place.
Good for us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another thing the U.S. does better than other countries, entrepreneurship. The U.S. has a lot of people and companies that provide the capital to enable fresh ideas from science, tech, and other fields.
I like that.
Mhm.
Let's support them.
Charity. Americans as a whole donate more to charities than any other nation, both in absolute terms overall and per capita. So not only the billions or trillions that we donate, but individually as well.
Wow.
Okay.
I like that.
Agriculture. We do it better than anybody else. The U.S. is a behemoth when it comes to agriculture and agri-science.
Really?
I mean, thanks to Cargill. Yeah, shout out Cargill.
I mean, I believe it. I just feel like of anyone, probably Mexico would be the best. They grow everything. Like every fruit we ever eat feels like it's from Mexico.
Avocados.
From Mexico.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's the one.
Okay. College choices. You can pick your own school, change schools halfway through, and change majors fairly easily. I guess that's not the case in other countries.
Did you change your major at all in college, Dave?
No, I did not.
No, you were tried and true.
No.
He didn't go to college.
What?
Oh.
He went to some place he claims he went to called Pikes Peak or something.
Pikes Peak
Nobody
Community-
even knows if it exists.
I'm still confused on if it really is a bid or not.
Why would I make
He
up
didn't go.
Pikes Peak?
I heard you're stupid.
It's not even called Pikes Peak Community College anymore. It's called like Colorado State College or
Oh,
something
is
like
it? Is
Jenny,
it?
Jenny, stop
Feels
it.
like it doesn't exist.
I can't even prove it anymore. I have a diploma. I'm going to bring in my diploma tomorrow just to show you.
What's it, an honorary doctorate?
No.
No, he's going to have Susan go on to Canva tonight.
It's Canva.
Bitch, I worked really hard for that associate's degree at
It's
Pikes Peak
misspelled.
Community College. Associate with one S.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Chatting. These are something we do better than any other country. As a traveler in British pubs, none of the locals would speak more than a few words to me. But America, they'll talk for a half an hour to somebody if they called the wrong number.
Yes, the one time that I went out of the country was to London and no one spoke to me. It was so lonely because I was by myself.
Aw.
I'd go into places just hoping that a waiter would make pleasant conversation.
Not
Nope.
part of their culture.
Not at all.
It's just not part of their culture. But
Thankfully,
here,
they had a cat
they had a cat. Well,
So
that's
I
good.
pet
Well,
the
that
cat.
figures.
Yeah.
Another thing we're really good at, other countries are not as good, all kinds of entertainment. Concerts, movie theaters, bars, nightclubs, bowling alleys, laser tag, mini golf, and even food videos we're better at others. Sandwiches. There's just a ton of great American sandwiches. Also, barbecue. This person says I'm Canadian and will barbecue year round, but they call it grilling. I'm talking about American barbecue. Hit me up with that brisket you've been smoking all week, Uncle
Yeah.
Sam. Hell yes. Air conditioning is one that we do better than anybody else. And landing people on the moon. USA, 12. Rest of the world, 0.
So this sounds like we hit all the boxes. You know, you got entertainment and entrepreneurship, theme parks, the library. I want to know what other countries are better at than us.
Oh, don't start that one.
I was
Here
gonna
they're be
say.
like, oh, yeah, you know, to her.
I think they're better at a work-life balance in Europe.
True. Yeah.
That's why they don't have good breakfast there. Everyone's sleeping in.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing they have is a cigarette at 10 a.m.
Yeah. And then lunch.
Yeah.
There's
God,
no
wouldn't it be
breakfast.
great? You wake up, you have like, I don't know, cigarette, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And then siesta. That's
Then
the nap
siesta,
time.
yeah.
Man, oh man.
I think they just like also live a little bit slower. Like, if you've been to like any island, there's island time. I feel like that's kind of Europe, not quite to that extent, but they just live slower and they spend more time socializing.
I couldn't speak to that. I really don't know, but I will say that Europeans are thinner, and I don't know why that is, because I've had several people come here to visit. One was an intern we had from the Ukraine years ago, and she's like, I said, what was the most interesting thing when you got off the plane that you noticed? She's like, how big people are here, how many big people there are here.
Well, I think it's because everything is so much more condensed in Europe, like in a city, so you can walk
Everybody
everywhere.
walks.
Yeah.
Everybody walks, and I haven't been to Europe in a long time. I'm not a big traveler. Everybody smokes. They smoke everywhere.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
Smoking
crazy.
and walking.
All right. We'll be back doing Dave's Dirt coming up. We got to cover Coachella and some other big stuff coming up in a second on KDWB. Stay right there. You're going to laugh at my lead story on the Dirt, but it has nothing to do with Coachella, nothing to do with the pit. It has to do with a movie I saw over the weekend with Grand Girls, Peter Rabbit.
Oh,
Peter Rabbit was the most charming movie I've seen. A kids movie. I hate kids movies. I hated Ratatouille. I hated Flushed Away. I like Toy Story, but I don't like A Bug's Life. I couldn't wait for it to be over. Norm of the North was literally the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But the kids wanted to watch Peter Rabbit, and it was so cute. It was so charming. And it was just such a great story. But then I looked online, because you always got to look online after you watch a movie to see what people think. And people are like, that's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, no, Peter Rabbit was really good. Back to the pit, though. Tonight, healthcare workers in 10 cities will be treated to a free screening of the Pit Season 2 finale. Vaughn, why is the Season 2 not on Netflix? Is it on another platform?
Well, HBO Max, you mean?
Is it on? Because I watch it on Netflix, but it's the original. Yeah, on Season 1, but it's on HBO Max. You say?
That's where I watch it, HBO Max.
Okay.
I think it's just because this season, I think people are really just getting to know the Pit. I don't have the exact reason, but I think people are really getting to know it, so they're like, let's make it an event. They did that with Stranger Things. The season finale was in theaters.
It comes out weekly?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, that's why it's not on Netflix then. It's still like
That makes
wrapping up the finale or whatever.
I want to talk to an emergency room worker one time to find out whether it's really like that.
Yeah.
How do they know so much about everything? I mean, you come in with trichomoniasis. You come in with 3rd degree burns. You come in with a spider in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
They know everything about how to treat everything.
See, I feel like it's very likely, because think about everything that you learned, you specifically, in school. If you don't practice it, you're going to forget it. But they practice that stuff every single day, all day. So, of course, I think it's going to remain top of mind, because they're constantly practicing what they learned in school.
But I get what he's saying, though. Let's just say you come in and your foot hurts, right? My first thought is going to be, maybe you stubbed it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, then this. So you have to keep deducing, well, okay, maybe she stubbed it 4 hours ago, so it couldn't be this. That's tough.
Well, that's one of the great things about the show is they argue about diagnosing something. It's like, oh, that's cancer. No, it's not. It's just a cold sore. A cold sore.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Imagine thinking it's cancer. It's no, just a cold
It's cold sore. It's fine.
Cold sore.
Well, just going back real quick, I did watch the start to season 3 of Euphoria last night, because the episode finally dropped.
Don't spoil
I won't spoil anything. All I'll say is that I'm already hyped for the season. They did a good job with episode 1, at least.
Really?
I think so.
Social media said opposite, so I've been nervous.
Well, maybe my expectations are low because it's been so long and I can't even remember what the show's about.
Same.
But at Ben Affleck, moving on, severed the final tie with J-Lo. They had a Beverly Hills mansion that they bought for $61 million in cash when they first got married, and it now belongs 100% to J-Lo. He deeded his half to her for free.
Dang.
That's crazy. Ben just wanted a clean, absolute break, so that was the quickest way to get there. They've tried and failed to sell this 38,000 square foot mansion for 2 years now, and even at a significant loss, they can't find any takers. The most recent listing for it was $52 million, and they bought it for $61 million.
Built it right next to the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
it's a bad idea.
Silly.
Cannot build next to the railroad tracks
all the time.
All the time.
Something that I watched this weekend that I would never have thought I would watch in a million years are the Masters, the golf show.
It's
the
so
golf
relaxing
thing.
to watch golf.
Because regular guy was really into it, and his whole family wanted to watch it, and I did fall asleep briefly because it is relaxing, because they talk like this the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you hear little birdies. And
It's
then you
just
hear,
peaceful. Yeah.
So what I learned, though, spoiler alert, Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy.
Thank you. I don't friggin' know.
I don't
you
even
guys.
know how to say his
Jeez
name either.
Louise.
McIlroy.
Anyway, he won for the second year in a row, but it was really close, apparently, up until the end. There were 5 of them, really close that whole time. But here's what I learned that's fascinating. So for getting first place, he wins $4.5 million for winning first place. Second place gets $2.4 million, and et cetera. After that, third place, $1.5 million. But even if you get 50th place at the Masters, you get $52,000. What?
Yeah, last place. Yeah.
Last place.
Well, you're basically, they pay you to perform. I mean, they want to fill up the whole docket.
Yeah.
And if you're not guaranteed anything, you wouldn't show up. It's you got to be guaranteed enough to cover your expenses.
But even so, the top 54, that's not even everybody who goes. Only the top people do the Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. I learned so much about golf this weekend, you guys, and I didn't care about it to begin with. And now it's fascinating. Look at all this money they got.
Kind of is, say it,
Wow.
Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy.
There you go.
Who I kept getting mixed up with McEnroe, the tennis player.
That's John McEnroe.
Different
He's
guy.
old now.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, Bruno Mars kicked off the romantic tour in Las Vegas, and he did a lot of good Bruno Mars songs. He did Treasure. He did I Just Might, his new single. He did Die With a Smile and Just the Way You Are. He did not ever perform in 26 songs Grenade. which I think is highway robbery for Bruno Mars. Like, there's certain Bruno Mars deep cuts. I'm like, okay, it's fine if you don't do this one. No grenade. And then he was on stage with Anderson .Paak, and he made a little joke about his debt in Las Vegas.
Andy, I'm sorry I'm going through that. See, I'm debt free. I paid the casino off a long time.
He said he's debt free. How 50 million? You said, Bailey, he was in debt apparently.
Yeah, 50 million. That's what it said.
I find that hard to
different
believe.
Casinos, or maybe just the MGM casino.
I'll bet it's probably more like 50,000. I mean, that's nuts. Nobody's going to be stupid enough to gamble away 1/4 of your net worth.
I mean, I don't know how much Bruno Mars is worth, but if
$195 million.
If you have a lot of money, you could just be like, oh, I'll make it back. Like, it's understandable.
That's a serious gambling addiction. If you're gambling away $50 million, you need to call somebody.
He seems like the type, doesn't he?
Does he? No, I don't really get that at all. On to Coachella, Justin Bieber's headlining performance drew an A-list crowd that included some big names like Bad Bunny, Chappell Roan, Katy Perry, Adele. They were all there to watch. But they said the reviews were mixed. Basically, he scrolled on a laptop and would pull up old YouTube videos of himself singing, and he would sing along with them. And somebody said, well, that's lazy and stupid. Even Katy Perry made fun of him a little bit. And but somebody said, no, that's the tie-in. That's how he started, was on YouTube. So it was actually a very arty kind of a thing to do. Avril Lavigne got some flack. They said her performance energy was very low. Sabrina Carpenter offended Muslim people by, I guess I don't want to get it wrong and get in trouble myself.
Starts with a Z, but I also don't know how to say it.
It's just like a cultural Yahoo of some kind. So
there's a quiet moment where she's at the piano pretending to play, because that thing's there's not even strings in that
no
piano.
plug in there.
No, it's not plugged in. She doesn't play the piano. There's no strings in the piano. She's pounding away. Like I saw Justin Timberlake pounding away on a piano one time in concert. And I looked inside. It's like, there's no strings inside the piano. There he is pounding away. It's like, come on. Where was I? Anyway, so somebody yells out this expression, which we Americans are mostly not familiar with. And she was like, what? That's weird. What's that all about? And then somebody said, I'm not from here. You don't know. This is an expression from where I live. And she was like, oh, well, that's weird. And then she had to apologize later. So there's different cultures. As it turns out, there are different cultures that have different things that they do.
Expressions
all around the world.
Like crikey.
Yes, exactly.
I would never say that. I'm an American.
Can you imagine? Bailey's like all excited. She's at a Vikings
game. Oh, gosh.
A lot of people speculated if Justin Bieber would even show up for his Coachella performance just because of his past with touring and taking some mental health breaks. So there was a rumor that SZA had been paid a 6-figure insurance policy just in case Bieber did decide to drop out. However, SZA commented on Instagram saying, who made this up? I'm in New York. No one paid me a dime.
Right.
The NASA Artemis 2 crew landed safely on Friday evening. We've got a communication from NASA.
Oh, what number
Number
is it?
6.
Okay.
Splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth.
Jules Verne is a reference to the guy who wrote something like a trip to the moon or something like that 100 years ago. And it was all like a supposed rocket to the moon. And now here it is. It actually happened. It was really cool because we were at the Theater Latte Da for my little performance in Gutenberg the musical. Before it started, I said, hey, they're doing the splashdown any minute. So my wife, Susan, pulls out her phone, and we had a table full of people all around us watching the splashdown. It was actually really cool, kind of like a little community little thing of all
wonder.
of us, rooting for. And there was a little bit of nerves because you don't know. That I was worried the parachutes wouldn't open.
Yeah, well, there's always kind of nerve-wracking. You went to space.
Right.
Yeah.
And then one of the parachutes seemed like it was a little slow in opening. I'm like, oh, they're all going to die. They're all going to die.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I yelled that. And then I thought, might as well go full bore. I yelled, fire!
Yeah.
And that didn't go over well.
Did it not go down well?
No, it turns out you're not supposed to yell fire in a crowded theater.
Really?
Who knew?
I got to write that down.
Yeah.
Okay.
This we didn't expect to like this as much as we did, but last hour I played the whistling champion of the world, who's in the Whistling Hall of Fame, didn't even know that existed, performed the national anthem at an MLB game.
Okay, last hour we played the whole thing. We probably won't play the whole thing this time, but it really is. It's actually very impressive.
There is a National Whistlers Convention.
They make anything.
In North Carolina. And now I want to go. It sounds fascinating.
Chris Ullman is that guy's name. If you want to look him up, he's a 4-time whistling champion, and he's in the Whistling Hall of Fame.
That is impressive. All right, that is the dirt for now. Going to give a shout out to Avery, who is 13 years old today. Thank you for listening. Happy 13th birthday from Gigi and everybody here at KDWB. We'll be right back in a second. What's coming up on the show? Anything good, Jenny?
Yeah, we want to know, why are you going to the doctor today?
Oh,
We've
why?
done this before, and it's always so interesting to hear, like, why are you going to see the doctor?
Why are you going to the doctor today? So we'll do that in a couple of seconds. You can use the talkback feature, or you can text it in. Why are you going to the doctor today? And we'll do it next on KDWB.
Hey, it's Fallon. You know what they say about kids? They grow up so